Welcome to Chris Parkin Shooting Sports. Today's review is the Element Optics Nexus 5-20x50 first focal plane scope. This is the top of the range optic from Element, and this first focal plane unit means that in milliradians on the turrets we've got an exact match between the reticle offset and the turret adjustment regardless of what magnification setting you're using. It's a fast focus eyepiece at the back. We've got an additional throw lever on the zoom ring here, easily gripped turrets, illumination control, parallax control, and a large 50mm objective lens for great light entry into the scope with superb light transmission through the optics. Please stick with us, let's have a look at see what goes on target. The rifle comes with a sunshade, a lens cloth and neoprene cover included to help protect the body. The objective lens itself is recessed 20mm behind the actual external of the 50mm objective body. The 30mm tube shows 57mm in front and 62mm behind the saddle to give you plenty of space for scope mounting, and setting correct eye relief, which is 77 to 93mm. A removable throw lever is included, but the actual zoom collar itself is very grippy and is easy to manipulate wearing gloves or with bare hands. The rear fast focus eyepiece means you get a crisp reticle picture without any problems, and one setup doesn't need changing between magnification settings. Parallax runs from 10 yards or metres all the way out to infinity. There are 10 illumination settings with intervening off positions, and if you need to change the battery, the cap removes and there's a CR2032 battery underneath. All the controls are heavily segmented for good grip with bare hands or gloved. Elevation and windage dials are 33mm in diameter, and on this milliradian version you get 10 milliradians per rotation. For the minute of angle version you get 20 minutes of angle per turn. There's a vernier scale on the rear to indicate which turn you are within, and it also has a hard zero stop which can be set up to allow for some negative travel as well, which I definitely prefer. All you have to do is remove the cap with the knurled dial, lifts off, you can reset it where you need to indicate position. Setting the zero stop just requires slackening the 3 grub screws and rotating till the pins stop, then just reapply the turret cap to indicate zero. Here you can see I've set it up with a hard zero stop, but sometimes I prefer to set it with some negative travel. Windage is marked 5 milliradians left or right of centre and is set up similarly, but of course doesn't have a zero stop. The minute of angle version would have 10 minutes left or 10 minutes right of zero. Overall windage adjustment is 14.5 milliradians or 50 minutes of angle. Overall elevation adjustment is 23.2 milliradians or 80 minutes of angle. The exit pupil goes from 8 to 2.5mm from 5 to 20 power magnification, and eye relief varies between 77 and 93mm throughout this travel. Field of view at 100 yards on lowest magnification is 23.3 feet or 5.8 feet on high magnification. For metric lovers, at 100 metres that's 7.8 to 1.9 metres from low to high magnification. The scope is of course waterproof, fogproof, shockproof and nitrogen purged. Overall length is 350mm or 13.8 inches. Overall weight is 794 grams or 28 ounces. The scope is covered by Element's Platinum Lifetime Warranty. This includes lifetime cover for any rifle scope damage through normal use and requires no registration, proof of purchase or transfer. It's quite a windy day for a box test with a bit of a left to right drift on it, but the principles are the same. Here you can see the box being formed with 2 milliradians dialed up, 4 milliradians dialed left, 4 milliradians dialed down, 4 milliradians dialed right, and then 2 milliradians back up, 2 milliradians back left to shoot back into the original 0 position, which is again slightly right of centre due to the wind. Well, I hope you've enjoyed watching that review of the Element Nexus scope. I saved this one till last. I've shot a lot with the Helix, I've shot quite a lot with the Titan, but I was really looking forward to seeing if the extra money spent on the Nexus would give me those extra minutes at low light. Image resolution is superior with this over the other scopes. It's not a massive amount, but specifically the light transmission allows me to hunt about 5 to 10 minutes later into the evenings before I switch over to night vision. Accuracy of the turrets has again been superb, and all my dialed clicks have worked perfectly, and of course we get exact collaboration with the first focal plane reticle. This scope features the APR-1C first focal plane reticle in milliradians. There is also an APR-2D version which has a greater number of lower, offset, elevation and windage markers. If you go for the scope in minutes of angle, 2 more reticles are available, the EHR-1C or the EHR-1D. The former is simpler with a simple illuminated red cross in the centre. The latter, again more complex, greater number of lower hash marks for holdover and aim off windage. Illumination of that reticle is excellent. It's crisp without excessive glare, and the multiple stages of illumination and the intermediate off spots mean you can leave it exactly where you need it without having extra time taken finding that right position every time you need to turn it on. Of course, being first focal plane, you can completely adjust the reticle size effectively, especially useful when using night vision, things like the PARD 007 V, A or even the S. I like the fact that even at its smallest size, I could quickly control the actual intensity of the illumination on the reticle to make it work perfectly with my night vision capability. Having the intervening off positions means that you're never far away from your exact intensity level you want to use. It's interesting to note that in awkward physical positions where you're trying to shoot and hunt, especially in low light where you haven't got a huge amount of time, but it's important that the eye box, which is the amount your head can move around, is quite versatile and you don't feel too restricted with an extremely small exit pupil, an extremely narrow range of eye relief. So regardless of if my head's pushed a bit forward or drawn a little bit further back, I still get full sight picture with no vignettes. Well, thank you for watching that review. Please like, please subscribe and please comment, because your comments are what drive us to make more videos for you. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.